y'all.
Howdy. Sorry, we've got kids. We've got conversations going on. We're like, y'all be quiet. We're going to make a video. We'll see how it works.
We have a little one over here.
Yeah.
So, Derek's enjoying himself a glass of milk. Fresh Jersey cow milk. Yum. Anyway, today we wanted to talk to you about being perfect homesteaders. Which we are not.
We do?
No, I was joking with Derek earlier and I'm like, we're going to call this video The Perfect Homesteaders. No, we actually wanted to talk to you guys about that. Can I help you, ma'am? You coming up here? Oh no. Under the blankie. Just about how really there is no hard and fast rules to what it is to be a homesteader and how to homestead the right way. And I think a lot of people, you see someone online and you see just a snippet of their life. I mean, you're seeing a little fraction of their whole life and what they're actually doing, and so you might get in your mind that they eat perfect all the time or whatever, and they raise all of their food and they never go to the grocery store. Well, we just showed you a bunch of groceries we buy, and clearly we go to the grocery store. So we just want to talk to you about that, like the reality of, like, for one, what it really is, what you're seeing, and understanding what people's lives are really like, and also to not put so much pressure on yourself to meet a standard that's probably not even realistic. There was a time in my life where I felt like everything we ate had to be 100% clean, organic, or home raised, and that was back when it was even harder to source organic foods and clean foods, and so it made our life a little more, as far as finding food and being on what we could eat, it was difficult. It was hard to, like, anytime we traveled we had to take, which we still pack a lot of our food, but we took everything. I mean, we took toaster ovens and crock pots and everything to hotels with us.
Yeah.
We don't travel a lot, but there were times we did travel, and everything we took with us was stuff that we had either grown or sourced very clean. So anyways, we have dairy cows, but we don't make all of our dairy. In fact, right now
we drink their milk.
We're drinking milk. We are not making anything. We did make a little bit of butter just because we did have some extra milk in the fridge, but we really, right now, we're not in a season where we have enough dairy to make cheese. And I mean, I was doing a ton of dairy last fall, and that's great because homesteading is very seasonal. Your cows are going to be dried off for a good 2 months of the year, and we like to stagger our breeding so we're never fully out of milk, but there are periods of time where we don't have a whole lot of milk, so we're not able to make it. So, and that's the case, we go out and we buy cheese and all the dairy products.
I mean, right now we're out of beef.
We're out of meat.
We have some frozen beef up in the freezer that we need to cut up and can. We just haven't had a chance yet. And I do have steers that I could process out in the field, but they're nowhere near as big as they need to be.
They have so much potential for growth, and in the past we have butchered steers way early, but then we are in the same boat. We just ran out of meat, and if we had waited a few months, those steers would have put on a lot of weight, because right now we're in the dead of winter, so they're not putting on weight. They're maintaining at best. So if we wait a few months, when we get into the middle of summer or late summer, they're going to weigh a lot more.
Yeah, when the grass comes in,
the meat's going to be a lot better at that point too. So, and chickens, we're out of chickens. We may have a couple left. I'm not sure. I haven't dug through the freezer up at the barn, but hopefully we'll have lots of chickens going to the freezer. Starting in April, we're going to get them, but you're looking at June before we butcher any. Yeah. Oh, bless you, sweetie. Pork, again, we've got to get some pigs. We don't have any pigs right now, and pigs are something that we'll get soon, and we won't butcher till November, so we won't have any pork until then.
Yeah, so, pork is something that we don't really compromise on. We
buy bacon.
Yeah, we buy bacon, but we don't buy pork chops or ribs or pork roast, mainly because pigs don't sweat. They don't detox.
They don't detox.
Right?
Pigs really don't detox. So we feel like
and we can't find a soy-free, non-GMO, like a clean-fed hogs. So we just do without pork. If we don't have pork that we've raised, we're not eating pork except for bacon, and that's only because you have to have.
I have to have protein in the morning, and I can't eat eggs. If I could eat eggs, I would eat eggs every day, but I can't eat eggs. I really love eggs, but I can't eat them. So, we don't do a lot of pork, but chicken and beef we do a lot of. So right now we're having to buy that, and that's okay. It's the season we're in. Are you eating your fingernails? It's the season we're in right now, and so we're just like, we want to talk about like the reality. We're buying. We have some canned vegetables left. Basically, we have stewed tomatoes and green beans. Well, that's not what we want to eat all the time. If we were in a situation where we had to, we could just eat that all the time, but we were able to buy peas and corn and frozen broccoli, and so we were buying some other vegetables that are things we like to eat. So that's what we're doing.
If we were in a position where we couldn't get beef, I would process a beef, but
yeah,
beef is readily available. Yep, and so right now we're just buying the beef because it's better than butchering a steer at half the weight he could be.
Yeah. In times in the past, I've made tortilla shells, I've made all our pasta, things like that, and I enjoy doing that. But right now, I'm there's an ebb and a flow, and right now I just haven't had the time and sometimes
capacity.
That's the thing. Capacity is a really good word for me right now. Operating within your capacity, because you can eat all the healthy food you want, but if you are stressed out, you will not be healthy.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to heal your body naturally, if you have tons of stress, you're not going to heal, even with all the supplements and all of the things and all the healthy food, until you take care of trying to make sure you're not putting yourself under a stress load. Sometimes things happen in life, and there's a level of stress that cannot be helped, but anything you can do to help your stress level, I think is very important to do what you can to keep your stress levels low. And so that's something that I've had to learn over the years, is operating within my capacity and not overextending myself. And for a lot of years I was overextending myself, and then and there weren't things like, we couldn't find organic tortillas. Now we can buy organic tortillas without enriched flour. They taste good.
Awesome.
They work. They're awesome. They're not very expensive, so we buy them. Organic pasta was something that you couldn't find, and all pasta pretty much is enriched flour. So there wasn't any compromise there, because we react to enriched flour. So that's something that I was having to make. They did have things like brown rice flour pasta and some gluten-free, but it was just not very tasty in our opinion. We didn't like it as much, and some of us actually don't do very well with the rice flours and things. So we made pasta for a long time there, but now we can get organic pasta that's not enriched and is really good, and it's, again, not very expensive. So it's one of those things that is a novelty, and we enjoy making, but right now we're not making it because we can purchase it and use it. Some people, like right now I'm making sourdough, which is great. I don't make sourdough. There's seasons where I'm not making sourdough. Right now I'm making it a lot and we enjoy it, but it's not something that has been a staple in our diet. It comes and goes. It just depends on my capacity. I've been doing a lot more ground wheat lately, which I've really been enjoying. And so that's what's been within my capacity, and more of my focus has been on that. When you think about homesteading, overall you're looking a lot at food, obviously, because you're cooking from scratch a lot, you're trying to eat real food a lot, you're raising food as much as you can. And so that's something like with gardening, there's things that you have to look at, like your space you have and what you're going to grow there, and there may be a million things you want to grow, but realistically the thing that we've learned over the years is we need to first and foremost grow what our family's actually going to eat, make that a bulk, and then the novelty items, 1 or 2 plants. But in an ideal world, we would have a perfect garden with all compost that we've composted ourselves, and we're getting to where we have a larger amount of compost, and we are putting a lot of compost down of our own. But there's been times that we've actually had to buy compost and put down, and there's nothing wrong with that. Wood chips we get, a friend can bring to us, and so we get wood chips and we put that down. So there's just a lot of things. It's not necessarily a compromise. It's working with what you have, doing what you can where you are with what you have, and not putting pressure on yourself. And that's, I guess, the main point I want to get across.
Yeah.
Is not comparing yourself to others, because the beginning of your journey doesn't look like the middle or the end of somebody else's journey. And also not comparing yourself just because you are a different person. Your health and physical needs are different. Your food needs are different. Your location, the amount of land, your energy levels,
yes,
your financial, what do you have to spend on things, like all of that factors in. And so you need to look at yourself and the picture and write your goals in a realistic manner, and not put this pressure of, well, if I'm not doing everything perfectly, I'm not a homesteader and I can't be homesteading, because that's not that. And I think because we see so many perfect picture, Instagram is like, I see all these other people on Instagram, with perfect kitchens and doing all this stuff, and it's like, wow, that's amazing, but it's just
and we're not saying that they're not doing everything right, but all you see is what they present you with. Right.
Yeah. And then that's fine, and if they do everything, then that's great.
I'm happy for them.
Yeah, it's just not putting something on your pressure on yourself and not setting a standard for yourself that's either unattainable or is higher than what you can meet. Realistically meet, because then you're gonna be stressed out and you're gonna be frustrated. And there's a lot of wonderful people out there on Instagram. I mean, I enjoy following them, and they may be doing all of it, and that's great if they are. I just am not in a place in life where I can do it all. When I was younger, I did a whole lot more than I can do these days, and that's great. That's fine, you know. It's just, again, working within your capacity, and it's just encouraging you to make your goals and look at your personal situation and make your goals based off of yourself and not off of things that you're seeing. It's okay to see things other people are doing and dream about it and want to do things and model things after that, but not necessarily put so much pressure to be exactly like what you're seeing online, because you're only seeing a fraction of what people are really doing with their lives.
If you're not enjoying it, homesteading is enjoyable.
Yes.
And you should be passionate about it. You should want to do better.
Be excited about it.
But you should be enjoying it. If you're working yourself to the point of it's not fun, or stressing yourself out because you can't do all of the things you want to do, then you're losing the heart of homesteading. Yeah, so
that's what I was watching Living Traditions Homestead, and it's probably been over a month or two ago, maybe even. I can't remember right now, and I think the video was titled Make Homesteading Fun Again, and that was their thing. The last several years they've put so much pressure on themselves of production and work that it wasn't fun anymore, and so their goal for this year is to make it fun, to do the things that they really enjoy. And we've been there multiple times. We have to like rein it back in and be like, wait, why are we doing this? And realign our priorities and our goals. Refocus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully that's encouraging to you, and wherever you are, do whatever you can. If it's just, if you live in an apartment, learn to make bread and grow basil on your counter, you know, just doing what you can where you are and not putting so much pressure on yourself that, you know, you are stressed over it, because being stressed isn't good. The whole point of this is to have a more fulfilling, healthy life. So if you're stressing over it and putting so much on yourself, it's not fulfilling and it's not healthy. Well, hopefully you've been encouraged today. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for joining us. If you're not already subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a video. Give us a thumbs up so YouTube will know that you are enjoying this. Please comment below. Let us know what some of your homesteading goals are, and we will catch you guys on the next one.
See y'all later.